Earlier today, I made a video on the 53TP, showcasing its amazing capabilities when it comes to the gun, mobility, gun depression, and really everything about the tank. Today's video, we're going to be talking about the Emil I, the second part in why free-to-play is just as good as premiums. The Emil I is probably still the strongest tier 8 heavy in the game, or at least one of the strongest tier 8 heavies, and I mean that in the literal sense. This vehicle features a turret that is around 280 millimeters thick, which is incredibly strong. Tier 8s, most of them aren't going to pen you unless they're tank destroyers, and Tier 7s, no chance whatsoever. Add that into the fact this vehicle features a very nasty clip, dealing 960 damage 6 seconds after the first shell, and yeah, this is an absolutely devastating tank to fight. It also features very solid damage per minute at 2000, it's got okay dispersion at 0.35, and it's also decently mobile, reaching a top speed of 30 and a reverse of 20. That means with super speed boost, you can reverse at 30 kilometers per hour in this tank, which is ridiculously fast when you think about it. The Emil I is just a jack of all trades. It's an amazing tank, and it's kind of what I wished the Kron was like. I sometimes always wished the Kron was an autoloader instead of an auto reloader, because it probably would have been stronger but weaker at the same time. But alas, the Emil I is still incredible, and we'll see what we can do with it. Here we are in our first battle. This is a pretty solid lineup. We're up against Tier 8s and Tier 7s. We have a Chimera, a Emil I, Panther II, a Lightweight. Okay, not the worst thing I've ever seen. We also got an SU-152, Super Hellcat, and a T-25 too. Alrighty then. Well, we're going to start off by making our way over towards A side. You'll notice the Emil is not the fastest on Traverse, but it's not too bad because you do have the Super Speed Boost to help you accelerate. And even though the tank only has a top speed of 35, it can get up to 40 when you're using the speed boost, and it makes its power to weight quite a bit better. So we're going to make our way up this hill here and go to mid. I like this position because it allows us to kind of hold both angles. Although, I might actually have to go wide. That's a lot of tanks going wide. We got the Chimera, we got the Lightweight, and the Panther too. And I don't really know if our team is going to be able to hold this all on their own. So yeah, sometimes I don't do this, but judging that we're already down an E25, our LTTB has already bled half of his health, and our fixer is, I'm not really sure, but I'm not fully confident in him. I'm going to push over here and try and help these guys out. I think that's the best decision I can make. So we got the Panther off to the side. Unfortunately, this gun's accuracy did let us down a bit, but there you go. We got a second nice shell into the Panther. If he pokes again, we should be able to get an easy shot, and unfortunate bounce on the enemy Lightweight. Alright, well, at this point in time, we are just going to use our armor and reload. We got 12 more seconds left. The Panther did shoot us. The main player I want to bounce me right now is that Chimera. If he can bounce me, there you go, nice. Okay, so with the Chimera shooting and not hitting us, I just want to try and push this Panther. That's really the main goal I have. If we can clear this Panther, it can be really, really solid for our team. So, there you go, nice. Okay, that was super duper important. That has given our team the much needed space to breathe and push up. And you can see how being an autoloader allows this tank to just so easily deal with opponents. I mean, autoloaders are insane. We obviously have known this for a while. And dealing 960 clipping potential is a pretty nasty chunk when you think about it. So, we got the Lightweight, he bounced me, and we're going to aim it on the Chimera. There you go, one nice pen. I'm going to let my Ferdinand finish off that player. We're going to push over here. There's one shell into the enemy Lightweight, and dead. I mean, again, this is the Emil I. It's a tank that on paper you wouldn't really think is good at pushing, but because of the fact it's such a small profile, because of the fact the gun is still an autoloader, you don't really need that flat ground armor to actually get a decent clip out. So at this point, all that's left is the enemy SU-152, who has put himself in a pretty compromised position, and the T-25 too. Let's see if we can get a shell out. Ah, unfortunate. One thing that is very noted about this tank is the gun is not very accurate. I actually might have regretted reloading this clip because I don't know if we're going to be able to get any more damage out, especially with our LTTB and Super Hellcat pushing over here, but oh well. There's not much I can really do about it anyway. Yeah, I kind of regret not just saving that last shell. Oh well. Not a bad battle at all. You can see how the Emil was able to push, give our team that victory in the first game, and we still did okay, about 1900 damage if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look. Victory, and oh, we actually did a lot more than I thought. I forgot we got that fire on the Panther, so we actually did fine. 2170 damage, we blocked 1000, that was from the Chimera, the Panther a couple of shots, and finished second on the team. So not a bad game at all. Let's do one more battle, and that was an instant load-in, which is fine with me. This is definitely a tricky game. Looking at their lineup, they not only have two solid tier 9s with DPM and other attributes, but they also have a Barask, Chisei, Defender Mark 1, SU-130 PM, and a Skoda T56. So that's all really, really deadly stuff. I'm going to be making my way... Actually, no, I'm not going to go to medium side. Sometimes I like to, but judging that we have so many mediums, I don't think it's absolutely necessary. I'm hoping that our T77 hops into the base, which he is. Nice. Maybe he'll spot something crossing. If he does, I will try and help him and get a shell out. But judging from the pathing our Skoda T50, or their Skoda T56 is making, I would expect the majority of the enemy team to be going off towards that side. Let's see. We got the Chisei right in front of us. There's one shell into the Chisei. I'm willing to take a shot from that Chisei if I can pen my full clip in. There's one, there's two, and there's three. And it's a great example, again, of why autoloaders are so strong. I mean, we literally just took half of a tier 8 off in 3 shells, which is pretty nasty when you think about it. So in 10 more seconds, we'll have another clip ready. We are going to... Oh, don't tell me I'm spotted. Please don't. Please don't. Okay, we're fine. Even though we did get spotted, we are all good in the hood. Alright, let's reload again. Let's aim it on the Chisei, and... Alright, that tracking shell is fine because it means we can aim it on his lower plate. There's one shell, and... 2 shells. Nice. Okay. That Chisei is now a one-shot. I was hoping my T-77 would help me, but it looks like my teammates are just running away. We also know where the Waffle is. He's sitting directly in the back, which is good news for us, because we know where he is. The bad news is that our team is getting pretty ran over, which is not really good. I don't want to poke this Chisei, I'll be real. And our Waffle's going to kill himself if he pokes that guy. So I kind of have to poke this Chisei at this point, because I don't want our Waffle to get shot. So let's aim it on his tank. There you go. Nice clear. Of course. It doesn't end up being the Waffle that shoots me. It ends up being the SU-130. I make one smart move and I get punished by another player. Oh well. We are down to 480 health, which is not very good, to be real. The good news is that the enemy autoloaders and all the nasty takes they have are 1 clips. So right now we're going to sit here, hold down. This is a pretty good tournament spot, and if that WZ does end up spotting anybody, we can get some decent shells out. There you go. One nice shot into the enemy Barask, and we're not able to get another shell out, but that's fine with me. At least we brought the Barask down to a 1-shot, which was pretty important if you want my opinion. So we do have some health left. We don't, but our team does. So if our team can take advantage of the hit points we have and hold with base cap, we are in a decent position here. I'm going to use Super Speed Boost and make my way all the way to the back. I think this is the smartest decision I can make, especially with that SU-130 PM getting pegged over there. That's pretty good. So we are going to work this position and hold off base B if I can. I think that's the smartest thing we can do right now. So we're going to go all the way over here wide and overlook base B, just like so. This is, as I said, probably the smartest thing I can do at this point. So let's see, we got the SU-130, oh, we got the Defender, we got 1 shell into his tank, and 2 shells, oh, never mind, we got the Barask, there you go. Perfect example of autoloaders. I would have probably killed that Barask either way. It just was funny that it ended up being the Barask drove right in front of my shell the moment I fired, which is just really funny. But, yeah, there you go. Barask and Defender Mark 1 are both dead now, and this is a perfect example on why you hold the spot in the back. Because if you hold this far back position, you can basically stop the entirety of the enemy team from being able to shoot you. This Patton fired an HE into us, not really sure why, but because of that we got 1, we got 2, and 3 shells into the Patton, finishing him off. Again, autoloaders. They are insane. And this is a perfect example on why the Emil I is quite simply the best of all of the autoloaders. It's got armor, it's got incredible hold-down capabilities, and it's got DPM. It's just insane. I've got nothing bad to say about this tank. We single-handedly, with 480 health, just held off an M46 Patton. We held off a Barask and a Defender Mark 1, and only got penned once. I mean, that is insanely good. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Emil single-handedly carrying that game to victory, and I'm glad I went back to that further spot because that very easily gave us the win. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and if you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.